Greetings, cyberdogs and citizens of the interbubs. This is RENDOG coming at you from Beatrice the Butler's house in this Let's Play Minecraft Survival series. In the previous episode, we successfully healed Beatrice, who you can see in the background there, and she has now been hired as the official butler of the MOLEHOLE. And damn, was that sweet, man. If you missed that episode, I'm not even going to be angry with your ass, man, because it was just too freaking awesome. Why don't you go back and watch the previous episode before we get on with this one? Or actually, I'm going to ask Beatrice to shove one of these utensils up your butthole. So you better go watch the previous episode if you missed it. But in this episode, guys, we are going to be preparing for a massive expedition. And it is time for us to go on a bit of an adventure, man. We have been crafting like crazy for the last few episodes, working on Mole City, working on the sewers, working on getting Beatrice into her house, working on Beatrice's house. And it is time that we go and take Fang, Rambo, Claw, Terra, and on an adventure. You know, they are aching to get out of the MOLEHOLE, man. They are really bored up in here. You know, they've been doing absolutely nothing for ages now, and they are eager to get some blood on their hands, if you know what I'm saying. So guys, what we're going to be doing in this episode is preparing for an adventure, starting with clearing out the butthole so that we can get a few more levels. And the reason we want to get some levels is because we need to fix Terra. We need to fix some of our tools. Oh, here's the golden chest plate. Oh man, loads of you guys told me about this in the comment sections of the previous videos, that the golden chest plate was in here. That means that we can now complete our set, our armor set of the butthole. And that is awesome, man. When we get back from our adventure, hopefully we'll have enough XP points to be able to complete our set. But damn, man, this is a jam-packed butthole today. A few more XP balls, I'm never going to say no. And of course, if we get another infected villager in here, we'll be able to cure him. We've got everything that we need to do the curing process. And we can thus give Beatrice a husband or wife. Hey, look, there's another infected villager. Oh, that is epic. Okay, awesome. Okay, so it looks like our expedition is going to have to be put on hold, guys. Because, oh! R.I.P. That is definitely gravestone worthy, man. My bad. Just shot that infected villager in the knee. Oh, that sucks. We could have given Beatrice a husband or wife, and man, that is just that's horrible. Oh well. Hopefully, when we get back from our adventure, the butthole will be full again, and there might be another infected villager in there. But let's drop off some of this stuff. Let's drop off these fermented eyes in the witch's cave over here. Everything that we need for potions and stuff, we're going to leave in the witch's cave. We'll leave some of these gold nuggets up in here too. We don't need that jazz. And these golden apples too. Let's leave that golden apple up in here. And let's get back to the butthole to put down some of this stuff. And guys, what we're going to be doing today is repairing Terra, because I think Terra is actually quite damaged at the moment. We need to get Terra functioning back up to full capacity, because we're going on a freaking hunt for diamonds, for emeralds. Who knows what we're going to find, man. But I want to head in the direction of the STRIPMINE outpost. I want to go as far as we can past the STRIPMINE outpost, because that's the only direction that we haven't really traveled yet. And who knows what we're going to find there. Hopefully we'll be able to load some new chunks, and then we'll be able to get some of the new 1.5 stuff. We'll be able to get some emeralds, which we haven't even seen yet. So, you know, that is high on my list of wants, is to get some emeralds, because damn, man, we haven't got any emeralds in like 160 episodes. Wow, this chest is absolutely packed. So I think I'll take one pile of dirt, because you always need some dirt when you go on adventures, to make walls, to make, you know, to block in cave spiders, to do all that sort of jazz. So happy to pick up a little bit of that. We need one bucket of water, so we're going to leave some of the other stuff here. Let's get into the other part of the storage rooms over here where our tools are. Let's put down this bucket. We'll put down these two buckets over here. And let's drop off some of this urn. This refined urn can go in here. And let's drop off these bows too. We're going to be taking Rambo along with us, so we don't want to take these janky ass bows with us. The bows go up in here, and we should now have a completed set of the armor of the butthole, and that is sweet. There we go, man. We have a completed set. This helmet is going to be used to repair this helmet. But there we go, guys. Check it that. The complete set armor of the butthole. That is sweet. Man, I can't wait to actually name all of those bits on the anvil. What I'm thinking is we're probably going to have to make a new anvil pretty soon. I think our anvil is very close to breaking. And that is not going to be sweet when it breaks. You know, we've repaired and named quite a lot of jazz on that anvil, and I do know that they do break after some time. So, you know, we might just lose our anvil at some point very soon. But I think we've got enough refined to make a new anvil. So I'm not too worried about that. But guys, why don't we pick up old claw? We need claw if we're going to find any diamonds, emeralds, redstone, all of that jazz. And let's pick up Terra too. As you can see, man, Terra is looking very, very broken. This is fire aspect 2 up in here, man. Oh, man, this is a tricky decision because we could use our levels to increase Fang's fire aspect to 2, but I think I'm going to use my levels to repair Terra. You know, Terra lasts long enough on one mission so that we don't actually ever have to change her, which is absolutely awesome. So let's head down back to the storage rooms. We need to pick up some diamonds so that we can repair Terra. And what else do we need to do up in here, man? We need to get another axe just in case we need an axe. Let's see, are there any sort of broken axes up in here? There we go. So now we can fix this axe up to a full-on axe, which is sweet. And I want to drop off this dirt, man. Why am I carrying this one bit of dirt? Where is the dirt? Dirt! There he is. Okay, so he goes in there. Let's head into the food storage rooms to pick up some food because we only have 35 taters, and I don't know if that's going to be enough. Let's take some pork chops along for the ride. We'll take some cooked chicken too. In fact, I think I'm going to munch on this roast chicken right now. Damn, that is some tasty jazz, man. Right, what else have we got in here? Have we got any fruit? Have we got any apples? Have we got any melons? Have we actually eaten all of our freaking melons, man? Oh no, we got 51 melons here, so we're going to take some melons along for the ride. We've got cooked pork chops, we got baked taters, and we got some melons. That is looking awesome, man. I'm pretty happy with that amount of food. I think that should probably last us quite long. Is there anything else up in these chests that we want to take along with us? Doesn't look like it. What we do want to pick up, however, is a crafting table and some wood, because you can never get too much. We're going to take a stack of wood. You can never have too much wood. And yes, that is what she said. And we're going to take this boat along too, just in case we come across a lake or something that we need to cross. So we've got wood, we've got crafting table. Maybe we should actually take that refined iron, just in case we need some refined iron to make something. Who knows? Although this is our inventory is getting rather stacked here. We're not going to have a lot of space to do much. But we'll munch on these pork chops first. Yeah, I think, you know what, I think I'm going to leave the iron ingots here. We don't actually need the iron ingots, I think. Right, what else do we need? Let's have a look. We've got our axe bow. We've got paw, we've got fang, we've got a bow that we don't need. So let's drop this bow off. Get out of my life, you janky ass bow. And we'll also drop off these urn pickaxes. We definitely don't need those. Let's get old Terra in her slot over there. We'll put the iron axe above paw. You know, the iron axe is just like if we find an abandoned mine shaft and we need to break through some wood or something. That's why we're taking along that axe. Okay, awesome. What we need to do now is pick up some diamonds because we need to fix Terra just before we go out. And man, I can feel Terra itching in my backpack. She's like, hells yeah, this is gonna be sweet. Let's get freaking mining, baby. I hear you, Terra, and I'm gonna help you out, man. Let's see how many diamonds is gonna take to fix Terra. 1, 2, 3. So 3 diamonds to completely fix Terra, 29 levels required to do that. All right, well, I mean, I think what we'll do is just fix her up to that point because there's not actually that much left there, as you can see. Or we might as well just fix her completely. All right, there we go. Terra is now completely fixed. Sweet. And how much does it cost to actually name stuff? Okay, so it costs 7 XP to name stuff. I thought that I might name my last bit of armor here, the diamond leggings, or you know, name another piece of armor. Because we're making an armor set of the dog, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do that today. But when we get back from our adventure, we should definitely have enough levels to make, hopefully, both the armor set of the butthole and armor set of the dog. That is going to be freaking sweet. Okay, awesome, guys. So I think we're actually ready. Let's just do one more check. We've got Terror, we've got Claw, we've got Fang, Paw, and Rambo. Our full set of gear is here. We've got all of our diamond armor and stuff on. That is awesome. We've got our crafting table. We've got our jungle wood. We've got fences. Why do we have fences? We do not need fences. So let's drop these fences off, guys. And then we are ready to go on an expedition of epic proportions. Man, this is going to be epic. Cannot freaking wait to do this. All right, let's do this, guys. I think what we're going to do is head up to Grand Molehole Station and take a minecart all the way to the strip mine outpost. Let's save ourselves some time. Let's see. I can't even remember which one it is. It's this one, right? Bam! Off we go. Our expedition has begun. And man, this is going to be sweet. So what I'm looking for, guys, is obviously more diamonds. But I'm also looking for emeralds because it's been a long... Oh, there's a minecart up in here. Who has been messing with the train system? Beatrice, man, I'm telling you, she's been messing around over here. No, there it goes. Wait for me. Bam. Beatrice, don't mess with the train system, man. Seriously, you got to buy a ticket. You got to go to Grand Molehole Station, man. You can't just put minecarts wherever the jazz you please. That is just not cricket. Right, anyway, guys, as I was saying, what I'm desperate to find on this expedition are diamonds, but mostly I want to find some emeralds, right? Because if we're going to start getting NPCs in Mole City, then we need some emeralds to do some trading with them, you know? I don't even know how to trade with you cow. Oh, this cow, I'm afraid, is about to meet his maker. Cow! Take Fang to the butthole. I'm gonna steakify your ass. Oh, sweet. We actually got a steak out of that. That is epic. We got 3 steaks out of that, man. Cow, that'll teach you for getting in the way of my freaking minecart, man. All cows of Rentopia, please note, if you stand on or anywhere near the railway lines, you will be steakified. This has been Rendog, your supreme leader speaking, and I ain't joking either. Alright, after that public service announcement to the cows of Rentopia, guys, let's head over to the back of the strip mine outpost to begin our expedition to God only knows where. We're going to take the water vader to get all the way up to the... I don't even know what this is, man. This is like the... Oh, yes, of course, it's the nuclear reactor room. But we aren't going to be spending any time in the strip mine outpost. Well, actually, you know what I would like to do, man? I would like to pop up the ladder over here. Where is the ladder? Man, it has been so long since we've been here. I can't even remember where the ladder is. Is there even a ladder? Yes, there is a ladder. Here it is. I want to do a quick scout of the direction in which we're going. Let's find out if this is actually where we want to be going. Let's have a look. This is where we want to be going. Okay, so we want to be traveling across this ocean. Who knows where this ocean is going to take us, but it is unexplored territory. We have not gone in this direction yet. In this direction is the second continent, I do believe. We have gone in this direction via the Nether Portal Temple. That, of course, is where the pyramid is. That pyramid that we found is in that direction. Burn, you bastards! And of course, in this direction is the NPC village and Dogtown. So we have not headed in this direction yet in the series. And that is exactly what we're going to do, guys. Who knows what is out there for us. But hopefully, a whole bunch of blang blang. And man, I'm going to be making myself some diamond rings. I'm going to make myself a diamond grill also if we find a whole bunch of diamonds, man. I'm just going to turn all my teeth into diamonds. It's going to be sweet. Take it! Oh man, death by Rambo, arrow to the butt. Okay, so this is the sand quarry back here, guys. As you can see, we have quarrified this place quite dramatically, in fact. And the sun is coming up. Man, we timed this absolutely perfectly. This is the perfect time to get in a boat and head across the freaking ocean. Who knows what we are going to find, guys, but this is going to be freaking sweet. All right, let's do this, man. Let's kick into first gear. Kaplam! Chugga, 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 chugga. All right, here we go, man. You know, this expedition reminds me a lot of the adventures that I used to go on when I was at school. And as most of you should know by now, I went to a boarding school in the mountains in South Africa. And around the school were some really epic mountain ranges and stuff, and forests and rivers and lakes. And like basically the dream of any young boy explorer. Just imagine like the most epic landscape you can, and that was basically the school that I went to. And basically every Sunday we had a thing called free bounds, where everybody had to leave their dormitories and they had to go out, and most people went to the fields. They went to play cricket or football, or they went to the library, or they went to play tennis or squash, or in the squash courts or the tennis courts or whatever. But not me, man. The little Rendog used to go on adventures into the mountainsides, man, and damn, I had such awesome time. I just used to go by myself. You know, I didn't really have, ooh, that looks like new chunkage over there. I didn't really have any time to take anybody with me. You know, I wanted anything that I discovered, any awesome place that I discovered, I wanted to be mine and mine only, man. I didn't want to share it with anybody. And looks like we have just discovered land, guys. So we're gonna break the boat and start heading on this land expedition. Let's try and figure out exactly where we are. I think we're gonna carry on heading in this direction. I think that is directly back to the moleHole. Well, I hope so anyway. And I think what we should probably do is make a little flying over here so that we know this is where we landed. But anyway, guys, I used to go on these massive adventures on a Sunday. I used to wake up super early, and at my school, everybody had to go to church on a Sunday at 7, but I used to not go to church. I used to go to the mountains, and I never got caught. Oh my goodness, check at this giant jungle biome up in here, man. This is awesome. Oh man, this is, oh, look at that. Is that an entrance into a cave? Don't mind if I do. Oh, look at that. Look how awesome that is. That looks like a you know those caves that you see in the side of cliffs, and then you go into them, and when the tide is low, is the only way to get in there if the tide is low. This is kind of like that, man. This is sweet. We're definitely going to go in here, I think. But anyway, I used to go on these massive adventures, right? And there was a jungle. What the jazz? There was a jungle that I used to go to, and I used to explore the jazz out of that jungle, man. It was, oh man, it was so awesome. It was basically on top of a mountain, right? And it was the mountain was pretty high. It took about 20 minutes to walk all the way to the top of the mountain. So this is like a really awesome cove over here. Oh man, there's actually more down here. Oh, epic. Okay, we're definitely going down here. And yeah, man, after a while, after many weeks of exploring this jungle, I started to know the jungle quite well. I knew exactly how to get there. I knew what entrances to take. Look at this. This is epic. Oh my goodness. We have just found the cave that we're going to be exploring, guys. This is sweet. Ooh. This is so weird. Ooh, there's an ender butt. I want your pearls, baby. You are going to take Fang to the butt. Right, let's be smart about this. Oh, he just went away. Dudes, how awesome is this cave? Look at this. It is surrounded by waterfalls, man. Look at this. This feels like an amazing place to make like a, I don't know, like a pirate's cove or something like that, man. Like a secret pirate den or something, right? Right? I am loving this. Oh man, this is awesome. So I'm just going to look around here. I'm just going to explore a bit. So anyway, so I knew this jungle quite well, right? I knew exactly how to get in. I knew exactly how to get out. I used to follow the deer paths because the deers used to, and the warthogs and stuff used to walk through the forest, and they used to clear foliage away, and they would make these sort of natural paths through the jungle, right? So it was quite easy to follow them. And one day while I was exploring the forest, I saw like basically what can only be described as like a hut or like a fort made out of sticks and giant leaves and logs and stuff like that. And it looked like it was basically a single room. It was square. So what they'd done is they'd found 4 big logs to put on the corners, and then they'd prop them up. They'd made it rigid by putting logs across each other, across the logs, across the top of the 4 logs to make a sort of rigid structure. And then they'd covered it in leaves, bamboo shoots, all this kind of crazy jazz, man. And I don't know who made it, but whoever made it was, they did an amazing job, right? And I saw this thing and I thought, well, this made, my child mind was going crazy, man. I was like, man, is this like a hobo living in the woods, or is this like a witch or something living out here in the forest? And I went into, I basically what I did, right, is I scouted out this jungle fort for a while, right, for like 10 or 15 minutes. I sort of hid in the jungle, a little bit like Rambo in Predator, man. You know when he's like, he covers himself in paint and like hangs out trying to find the predator. Yeah, that was me, man. I was scouting out that fort, trying to see if, the person who lives there maybe would come back or whatever. And after a while, nothing happened, and I was all alone in the forest. It was a beautiful day. The sun was shining. And I was completely alone. The forest was really wild. There was hardly any human, hardly any human influence on the forest at all, except for a few fences here and there. But man, I saw this thing, and the curiosity inside me just kicked in, man, and I just had to find out what the jazz was in that jungle house. And I slowly crept around the corner, always keeping my eye on it, because who knows what could have happened, man. There could be like a psycho living in there who would like hack me up and eat me or something if he saw me, or there could be a witch in there who would cast a spell on me or something. This was what was going through my childhood, my child mind at that time. But eventually I got to the front door of this place, and it was kind of like a makeshift door. They'd made, Jesus, a lot of coal. They'd fashioned it out of bamboo, and they'd used reeds to sort of tie the bamboo pieces together into a door. And they'd made hinges out of like the bamboo reeds. So it was actually like a proper door with it even had like a little latch mechanism made out of bamboo and reed string is what I'm going to call it, right? And I opened the door because I wanted to see, what was in there. Because I sort of stood outside the door trying to listen, trying to hear if there was anyone breathing or anything going on inside there. But there was nothing. So I opened the door and I went inside. And inside this place was basically like, there was a couch, a really old, manky couch with moss growing all over it because it had obviously been in this forest for a long, long time. There was like a makeshift fireplace with a chimney made out of clay that sort of stuck out the roof of this fort. There was like a cupboard, like a really old cupboard with drawers and stuff in it. There was like a bar, basically, right? And the bar was basically an old bookshelf, and on the bookshelf, whoa, was a whole bunch of liquor. So, like whiskey, vodka, a whole bunch of like hard tack. And there were glasses there too. So it was basically like a bar. And I thought to myself, man, this must be like the house of some old colonial aristocrat or something who maybe lost all his money and now he's living in the forest behind my house. And there was another little chest just in the corner of this fort. And it was a chest made out of metal, like a really, basically, we had I'm sure a lot of you guys have the same thing at your school. We had a class called Design and Technology. And what you had to do in this class was build stuff, right? You had to build stuff out of wood, out of metal. And it was like it was basically like a crafting class, right? Teaching you to be able to do DIY stuff when one day we would become men and we'd have to fix stuff around our house. And this chest, I could see, had been made in Design and Technology because all the materials that were used in the chest I recognized. All the hinges and stuff that were available in the storage room of the Design and Technology classroom were used in this chest. So immediately I thought, well, this has to belong to someone who went to the school. Maybe this is like an old teacher, who got fired or something and could never like let go of the school and basically lives here now like a hermit or something. And the chest had a little latch mechanism. It wasn't locked, and I opened it, and in the chest was a box of cigarettes and a lighter. And I was like, ooh, okay. So this is now getting naughty now, man. I was only like 10 or something. So no, I was a little bit older than that. I was about 11 or 12, I think. And I thought, this is getting a little bit naughty. I can't mess around with cigarettes, but I will definitely get caught. And so I closed the box and I tried to leave. But as I was leaving, I heard like voices, people shouting, like people laughing, and immediately I recognized one of the voices. It was the vice head boy of my school. I'm not going to say his name, but I remember his voice very clearly because he was the guy that used to do our war cries when we used to play rugby. When the first team of the first rugby team of the school, so like the A team of the school used to play rugby, the vice the vice head boy of the school used to do the war cries for us. So he used to stand in front of the school and he'd chant the war cries and we'd follow him. So I knew his voice because we'd had to go to war cry practice every Saturday. And I just thought, oh my God, they're gonna kill me basically. They're gonna absolutely murder me. And you know, I try to get to the door, I try to run. I knew that there was a deer path just outside this fort. I knew that if I got to that deer path, I would be able to run and I'd be able to lose them because they were older boys, they were slower, you know. And I knew some crevices and cracks in the mountainside that I could go into. We've just dug into another cave over here, by the way, guys. And I tried to get to that door. I panicked and I ran as fast as I could. And as I was running for the door, I tripped and I fell straight into that bamboo door. And obviously, it wasn't a very strong door, and the door just crumbled underneath me. Oh my goodness! Look at what we have found, guys! A giant ass cavern. This is exactly what we were looking for. So I'm gonna put some safety nets in place over here so that the last time we got to a place like this, we almost died by falling. So I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen. But guys, I fell straight through this bamboo door and I absolutely destroyed it. And as I was lifting my head after the fall, there in front of me stood the vice head boy and a whole bunch of other older boys. And they knew that I had discovered their fort and that I had discovered their liquor and that I had discovered their cigarettes, and the vice head boy's face just went a pale shade of white because he knew that his position as vice head boy was immediately in jeopardy if this little boy that he just discovered in his fort were to tell the headmaster of what he had found in the forest. His time as vice head boy would shortly be over, and I could see that in his eyes. We're under attack. Whew, damn. I could see that in his eyes, man, and I was terrified. I knew that at that point, the fate of my life was in jeopardy, man. These dudes had the power to get me expelled. They could make up any story that they wanted. They could go to the headmaster and say that they caught me smoking in the forest, and they could take the cigarettes with them, you know, as proof. And what could I say against the vice head boy of the entire school? Batty, welcome! Oh man, I haven't seen you in donkey's years. Welcome to this adventure. I knew Batty would eventually come. I was worried that she'd given up on us, but it looks like she is back. Welcome, Batty. I'm just telling the Cyberdogs a sweet-ass story about my school, so come and join me, man. You can go watch the previous episode if you want to know what I was saying, Batty. Anyway, so guys, I had in a moment of panic and in a moment of genius, I had an idea that would possibly get me out of basically being expelled from that school. And as I fell through the door, the vice head boy screamed my name. And, "What are you doing here? How did you find this place? Have you told anybody?" Just screaming his head off, absolutely going crazy. And I just kept quiet, and I tried to keep as quiet as possible until the panic, until the vice head boy was a little bit calmer. And I knew that when he was calmer, I could ask my question, the question that I knew would possibly get me out of this sticky situation. And when he was a little bit calmer and his friends were panicking a little bit less, I went up to him. He took me aside to the side of the fort, and he grabbed my arm really aggressively, and I thought, this is it, man. He's gonna beat the jazz out of me, and my life is gonna end. But as he took me aside, I just said to him, "Can I have a cigarette?" And immediately he knew what I was saying, and he gave me a cigarette and from the box, and he lit it with a Zippo that he found in the box. And I took I tried to smoke the cigarette, and I almost died from choking. Almost died from choking to death, man. It was the most disgusting thing that I'd ever done. And as soon as I took that hit of that cigarette, he was much calmer, and he told me to leave and to never come back to that place again. And we never spoke about it again, and he never mentioned it, even though when we saw each other, we knew that we had this history between us, that something crazy had happened in the forest, and that the jeopardy of both of our careers at school was, you know, the fate of both of our careers in school were held in each other's hands. You see, the reason that I asked him if I could smoke that cigarette was because I wanted to show him that if I smoked a cigarette, he would have dirt on me. So I wouldn't be able to say anything to any teacher about him smoking, because the moment that I said anything about him smoking, he would be able to say exactly the same thing about me. And it worked, man. He let me go. My my butthole was saved. I didn't get expelled. I managed to finish school, and we never spoke of that incident again. And it was crazy times, man. Later on, when I was a little bit older, in fact, when I was as old as the vice head boy, I went back to that place to see what it was like. You know, I was always terrified to go back there. And I don't know what had happened, but I think maybe after that vice head boy had left the school, he didn't pass the knowledge on of that fort to anybody else. And when I got there, it was in complete disrepair, and it needed a whole bunch of work done to get that, to get it back up to its former glory. But and a whole bunch of more stuff actually happened in that fort when I was much older, when I was about 16. A whole bunch more things happened in that fort, but that is a story for another day, guys. But damn, this adventure just reminded me so much of that time, and it was so awesome. It was, you know, I felt so proud of this manipulation tactic that I managed to use to get myself out of serious trouble. And even though I did do something really naughty, and I hope my mom's not listening to this, because she'll then know that I smoked a cigarette when I was like 11. In the end, I made that sacrifice to save my own ass. Which is always the best kind of sacrifice in my opinion. But damn, guys, I don't even know where the hell we are. All I know is that we are in some giant ass ravine, and there's lava, there's water, and I haven't seen any valuables just yet. Although I will say now, guys, that I have probably missed something epic, and you guys are going to let me know in the comment section below. When I tell stories, it's usually really hard to keep focused on what I'm doing in the game. So excuse me if I missed something. But guys, this ravine is absolutely jam-packed. Look at this. It is looking absolutely epic. Let's get our bucket of water ready to get rid of some of this lava, and we can begin the exploration of the butthole of this giant ravine. But you know what, guys? I think I'm going to end the episode here. If you have enjoyed it, do the right thing and hit that like button. And if you've just joined us from somewhere on the interbubs, why don't you hit that subscribe button? There's way more Let's Play Minecraft to come on this channel, as well as Let's Play Feed the Beast and others really sweet-ass games. So, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. This has been Rendog playing Minecraft Survival. We'll see you in the next episode, Cyberdogs. Goodbye!